Okay, very excited. Alright, girls, we're going to be casting the very first player that Mr. Gold and myself, RavExel, have casted live. We're seeing him first time in a pro game. Over there on the right-hand side, JayJ, local Toronto resident, University of Toronto, collegiate player, is going to be running the bot lane with also a Toronto native, Wildturtle. And I actually have connections to both these guys. Wildturtle through a mutual friend named Mike, and JayJ, where Mr. Gold and I, about 6 months ago in 2017, casted JayJ and the rest of the League of Legends U of T collegiate team to a win over at Legends of the Rift. So got to see his challenger level support plays, and gotta say he's my favorite player on the team. So out of 3 of them got picked up by FlyQuest Academy, and now JayJ is getting his shot at the big leagues. And this is coming off of FlyQuest's win yesterday. This is Sunday, and yesterday on Saturday they ended up pulling out a win. So they were already going to do the substitution before this game, before they ended up winning yesterday. They feel that JayJ is ready, that he's doing well in practice, and then they want him to get a little bit of competitive experience. And then now with franchising, you're able to do this now. So very exciting to be able to cast him. And we're going to see if any of the other University of Toronto graduates are going to be going ahead and moving on. But for now, we have Azir and what looks like the most popular, highest win rate pick of Gangplank top, and that's going to be for Flame, who he just won with that yesterday. So he had a really good game on the GP. I'm going to see if he can repeat that. Azir getting picked up, of course, with the Zoe and the Rise ban. It's the next level down on what mid laners to pick. Another Kleptomancy user here. We have double Klepto here on Team FlyQuest. They're going for gold. Pretty apt with a pirate on your team. Select that booty. That would be a top lane Vladimir if it's locked in. Yep. So it's going to be a farm lane top generally. Not too much kill pressure there. You're just looking to get 2 or 3 items and onto mid game. Really, both Vladimir and Gangplank are both happy to leave that top lane without too much action. Big Skarner pick. Been liking these Skarner picks recently. I don't like picking Skarner into a Gangplank and Ezreal, so it means that at least the Gangplank has one other way to get away from your CC, and the Ezreal has quite a bit of mobility with his E. So it's pretty hard champions to pick Skarner into, so must be something they've been practicing with. This Fenskaran, he's playing extremely well this year, so they must be wanting that pick. But 3 strong picks to start, even though I don't necessarily like it, into the team comp of FlyQuest, and we're going to see what the next bans are. FlyQuest starting to ban out the 80 carries. There's 2 of the key ones gone. And Cloud9, let's see if they go with a second jungler. Sejuani already banned, as well as Zac. So you could get rid of J4 as possible. There's the J4 ban. Since you were targeting one jungler, you might as well target another. And hovering the Alistar for JayJ, picking it up. So that's going to be an Alistar Ezreal bot lane into an unknown bot lane of Cloud9. Sneaking Smoothie, going to get the counter picks. Already with 380 carries banned. Jinx could be a logical choice. They have quite the scaling on their team with Jinx, Azir, and Vladimir. Very good in the late game. It's Cloud9's squad, 6-1, outperforming anyone's expectations. Just beat TL, Team Liquid, in the previous day. So both these teams coming off upset wins. Really, it comes down to it. I like the Kench pickup when you have already a number of valuable targets like Jinx, like Azir, like Vladimir that you might want to reposition. A little bit of tank can't hurt. And Tahm Kench is just one of the best overall supports. I believe one of the rank 1 challenger players in Korea hit 1 with just plain Tahm Kench. Support as well. Rank 1 challenger, Korea, just playing Tahm Kench support. You know he's good. Excited to see JayJ on a playmaking support. He's most known for playing Thresh and Nami. So Alistar is a little bit different than those two, but once you get your Moby boots, you can be flying around the map and hoping to cause some disruption, at least knock away some flashes. And there's the all Toronto bot lane there, Wildturtle and JayJ. Both of them smiling just like Canadians. They're all friendly and like. The rest of his team's very serious. Look at Keen and Flame. Although, isn't it Fly? Isn't it not Keen? I thought Fly came back yesterday and they won with him. Is it Fly or Keen playing today? I thought it was Fly. Yeah, it's Fly. So the graphic was mistaken, as you can see over on the right hand side. It is Fly, not Keen. All Toronto bot lane, Wildturtle JayJ, and in the jungle, Flame in top. This is the squad that there's a lot of hype for. There's JayJ in the bottom. Look at that messy room. If you know you're going to be in LCS, it's probably a video from his home, but come on. Clean up a little bit. That video is shown in LCS. So let's break down how the lanes are supposed to go. I already talked about a couple of them. The top lane, like I said, Vladimir and Gangplank is mostly a farm lane. You're only getting kills if your jungler is generally coming. In the jungle, Skarner is going to have better gank pressure at level 6, but Jax is going to scale harder into the game. All depends if he goes a full tank or if he goes Trinity Forest. Personally, I like the Trinity Forest build. At least it gives you some split push threat. Skarner going all the way to the other side of the map after capping the one Spire. Mid lane is a classic, Azir versus Talia. It's just a wave clear mid. And bot lane looks pretty even with Ezreal getting early poke during the lane with Jinx scaling more. Everything pretty standard so far. Mid lane's getting pushed in by Talia. Already slight farm lead for the Skarner. Very, very slight, but need all the leads you can against the Jax. There's the pings going out. C9 saw that Jax was there. Can assume the scuttle's been taken as well. Svenskaren's going to go back for that early back. See what he picks up. Does get the next level jungle item, so had at least 650. Nice early poke by fly. Not quite enough to knock a Zero out of the lane. There's Skarner being seen again. Now he's being seen going into the bottom side of the jungle. Nothing Jax can really do about it, but the team knows. Nice for Gangplank there in the top lane. When you see Skarner in the bottom, you can continue pushing, as he's doing right now. There, you've just seen again. No ganks from either jungler, but there hasn't been really an opportunity just as of yet. Both are trying to get a couple of levels. Probably rather gank at level 5 anyways. Both mid laners trading. Double control ward already purchased by Talia. Got tons of wars. Oh, that's by Jax. Excuse me. Got minion dematerializer there. It's already 5 charges used. Nice time barrel. Waves pushing. Fly's not going to want to stick around too much longer in this mid lane. Gonna head back. So you're looking to poke him out of his back. Both junglers being tracked by the opposing team. Well, pretty measured start to this game, and when you're seeing the first dragon as Wind Dragon, you know that there's probably not going to be too many team fights before the 10-12 minute mark. Sometime the 15-minute mark where you have that dragon. Also used by Gangplank. Cool's going to get away from the parlay. Realizing doesn't want to quite give over and kill just yet. Vladimir go back. Looks like he's heading back. Yeah. Meanwhile, Fly is going to look to try to pick up a kill here. Just be a little bit late. Jax was just seen up in the top lane. JayJ getting spotted out. This is a blue buff steal, not their originally intended target. Love to get that over to Jensen. Nice early jungling here by Svenskaren. A little bit more effective on the farm routes, as well as stealing a buff over. The sheen for Gangplank makes it a little bit easier to farm. Slight farm leads now for C9. Their mid and bottom lane scores are very near perfect at 76 and 79 currently, and that's at 8 minutes. Doesn't really get any better than that. Not to say that FlyQuest is farming poorly, they're 70 and 73, but just C9 is farming that well. Or even at this pro level, that's a max at what you could do. There's FlyQuest not quite hitting every single minion. Only 200 gold is the difference between these teams, practically even. Any stopwatches still on the board. 2 on each side. Both teams positioning here for the last part of laning phase, now at 9 minutes. I think the junglers are going to choose one lane and dive that lane. That's Garen already a level up there. He's taken away so many camps from this Jax. Team Toronto getting pushed onto turret. 14 farm down. It's a nice advantage for Jinx. It's a slight lead, whereas there's been no kills either side. There has been that little bit of gold difference. But if you look at that, because of Klepto, it's actually even, with Ezreal having a slight gold lead. So despite being 11 CS down, he's got an even gold count. And that's just the power of Kleptomancy right there. That's what it's worth after 10 minutes if you're using it properly. It's worth 10-11 CS. There's your mark. Sneaky getting saved by Smoothie. And a good heads-up play from Tom Kench. Sneaky probably could have shot that back line with another rocket to secure another 3 or 4 farm. Dive going bottom, and with the Talia on the bottom, both kills are going to go up. That's 4 people bottom. Both Jinx and Tom Kench going down here. Everyone getting a piece of that. Meanwhile, Seth Gary will take that. Well, with that trade, the first blood, and second kill for a Rift Herald, you'll generally take that as FlyQuest as a win, and gold lead kind of indicates so. Nice moves by Fly, getting away from the Azir wall. It's not going to be a matter right now, but was able to dodge him for just a little bit longer. Kill going back. Svenskeren could have decided to use the Rift Herald mid, but decides to do a little counter jungling first. Looks to be the superior play. Second time he's taking that blue buff away. And a 30 CS down, very starved. Does have 1-0-1. Double stun there. Very nice counter strike from Jax. And we're going to see the fancy footwork by Fly, but it's not going to matter in the end. Ult's used, ult's used. fight it out. $2,000 gold lead from FlyQuest. But C9 does still have that Rift Herald. Just noticing a big CS lead in mid lane here with the Azir 22 up and a kill on Fly. So he's going to start working on his first completed item. He's already got that Nashor's too, so mind you, he's going to be working on the second completed item. That tower gold will help. Going for the early objectives is C9. And I'm just going to lock this one up. Not too much fight. So much pressure on this Jax, just not getting a clean jungle route. To see how that CS lead manifests itself, because right now Skarner does have a little lead with that 115 score to 80. Jax, of course, having that kill doesn't quite even up to that amount. JayJ here in the top lane. Got Moby, so he's roaming around. Looks like there was a slight delay there. He had a ward, it was a little bit quicker about it, could have hit the Q. Don't know if that would have meant a kill though. We are talking about a Vladimir with Flash. Probably not. Bot lanes have been switched. Fight going on 3-on-2. Hemoplague being used. Ezreal's kiting back. C9's realizing that they don't really want to fight a straight 3-on-2, so they're going to go ahead and head back into their jungle. The Karish barely being alive. Svenskeren going down with the Ezreal picking it up. Wildturtle looking for the double kill. Is he able to E over and get the Q to finish? Just barely, no. Before any other engagement happens, FlyQuest is just going to take that. Bunch of recalls. They'll lose their mid tower for it. Gonna about even up the gold lead. Target onto to the Vladimir. Trying to use those minions. Very nice by Jensen knocking Fly off of the Reaver's wall. So very high skill play by the Azir. C9 Jensen. Arguably the second best mid laner. Some people say first. Depends on your point. Here, look at that Azir farm. 195 in 17 minutes. Lots of resources being funneled. Garen going full tank. He can take some of this damage, but not all of it. So the kills are at 3-1, but FlyQuest only up 1,000 gold. They are down a dragon. Very even game, completely even, I would say. C9 still having their mid turret up, so Azir taking good control of that. Next Drake is Cloud. A chance to even things up for FlyQuest. Ganko in here in the bot lane. Reaver's Wall used to block in the Vladimir, along with the Hemo Plague. Not able to pick up any kills, and Kill heading over to Fly, and he needs it. Of all that CS that he's down 40. Kill probably does about half of that. Still need a little bit more. 1,500 gold down. Even one-on-one, Licorice was still dead. Flame had him. 1-0-2 from the Gangplank. Very nice position to be in here at 19 minutes. Working towards that Mob Marl Mortius. And you see Caulfield's Hammer and the Hex Drinker. So far, a nice starting game here from JayJ. Team bot lane here has not died yet. Really, only the mid laners died. 4-1. They have a slight gold lead against the what some people think is the best team in the league in C9. So FlyQuest has only had this team together for mere days. And this is only their second professional game with this squad. Well, the first professional game with this exact squad. Second game for Fly, first game for JayJ. Just showing that they have pieces. Keen did, I thought, exceptionally well as a replacement for the first 3 weeks. Heard some of the commentators that he did better than expected and that he did pretty well. But hey, when you're a backup and when you're losing, it's not your fault. You're doing your job, and Keen's got lots of LCS experience. He's no slouch. This is what they brought him in for, and here at 3 wins, 4 losses, and versus C9 right now, taking them to task, up 2,000 gold lead, and putting themselves in a position to have a chance of winning this game. So I like what I see from FlyQuest. Don't necessarily think they're going to be a top 3 team, but it looks like they could make the playoffs, and that's something that at the beginning of the year a lot of people were questioning, especially with this bot lane and the mid lane. If these guys are going to be able to compete with the rest of the league, same with the jungler. Really, the only non-question mark is Flame, who was 2017 MVP. Just a lot of top lane talent has come into the league this year, so where he was the best last year, he most certainly will not be the best this year. Players such as Hooney and Someday. And here another one-on-one. We have Flame going ahead and trying to knock out the Vladimir. He's going to go ahead and flash forward. Very aggressive play by Flame. Let's hope that nobody else comes to turn this. He's going incredibly deep, and one more parlay, and it should be enough to take it out. But he can't be taking tower shots. But of course he can. He's Flame. So very nice one-on-one play and knowing your champion's ability. Reaver's Wall going to go try to cut up the retreat. Svenskeren being taken out by the Tom Kench. Jinx in the background shooting rockets, trying to prevent the team from going too far behind. And this Baron would be a big, big feather in the cap for FlyQuest. JayJ going in, getting the WQ, but Tom Kench countering the engage by Alistar. Flame going in with lots of damage. Wildturtle trying to follow up. We have JayJ going around the backside. He's going to be cutting off the retreat. A nice flash by Svenskeren to get it out. Double counter-strike into the Tom Kench. Beautiful Tom Kench plays by Smoothie. And he is countering a lot of the aggression that FlyQuest is putting out. And a last Q hitting Svenskeren, meaning he has to go back to base, and FlyQuest is just going to take that little lead and back off. Going to clear out some vision. And so far, Toronto bot lane doing extremely well. And this is just showing the level that Flame is proficient with this champion out of Gangplank and there couldn't be a better time to be a good Gangplank player than now. So Licorice had to stopwatch there. Don't get me wrong, that double barrel would have finished him off. And then directly on the other side, we had that quick 4-on-2 with the Reaver's Wall there to block in the team, and pretty fortunate only one died. That was a nice setup there by FlyQuest, and if it wasn't for Tom Kench, there would have been a second and possibly third kill. So here at 1500 gold still ahead, Dragons are even, Infernal up, Baron Dance being initiated. FlyQuest is looking good, but they need to take this next team fight very carefully, as you don't want to be giving C9 too many opportunities to get back into this game. It is still pretty even. Yes, the kills are at 7-1, but with huge farming advantages at C9. Look at the jungler's farm. Look at the mid laner's farm. That's where you're seeing the difference in creep score and gold over for C9, whereas FlyQuest is purely doing it on kills. And you look at that more towards the Gangplank compared to his lane counterpart in Vladimir, who is farming very well. 230, 24 minutes, pretty good for a losing lane. FlyQuest looking to get initial damage onto C9, but is going to get some damage on his Fence Garen and slowly back off. You have all 5 members of C9 that are right there. They have the inside track for the Baron, but FlyQuest has got the superior inside. It's called mid priority when you are being able to push the wave up. Very key, knocking out that first tier mid turret. Kench once again counter the aggression. C9 is looking fairly weak here. There are quite a lot of members, around 3/4 health bars, whereas much of FlyQuest is full. So deciding they don't necessarily want a team fight, they're going to go for the split push game. Flame will head bottom wave, and he does not have ult and does not have TP. TP still on about a 2-minute cooldown, maybe a minute and a half there. But in response, Licorice going bot lane as Vladimir. Going to be stuck there for at least 10 or 15 seconds. Vladimir backing before his TP is up. Probably about a 1-minute TP advantage for Flame. Alright, so Dragon is coming up. Good vision around the Baron from C9 already. They already have the control ward and a couple of other regular wards around. Banshee's Veil picked up for a little bit of extra safety from Talia. So right now the highest gold lead of the game so far, 3,000 from FlyQuest. So with towers being even at 3 apiece, dragons being even, slight gold lead going over, should Jax be able to knock this down without a fight, he's just going to put that advantage to the course, and now has the slight team fight advantage. So this is the best moment so far in the game for FlyQuest to be able to take a fight. Either at this exact moment here, or maybe slightly after, just after that they buy next. So either now or right after their next buy, this is when you want to be fighting. This is when you want to be setting up a correct engage around the Baron here. And you're going to do that by setting up vision, which they're struggling to do. C9 is keeping a tight leash on Baron, and just right now, vision is going over towards FlyQuest. Gangplank can now go bottom lane a little bit easier. Engagement here and C9 is heading on, and with that pull onto the Talia, they are going to lose mid lane, so C9 do picking up the kill onto the mid lane fly, which is a lot of their wave clear. It's going to be heading mid lane with it, and this is not a trade that you want to be taking if you're FlyQuest. Bot turret for mid, and thankfully that Gangplank ultimate, with as strong as he is right now at 3 items and second level boots, can go ahead and ult that wave and stop that aggression right there. So TP is up. This is going to be a 5-on-4 if they decide to contest. TP coming in from the Gangplank. He's coming in from bot wave, which is pushing. Is going in a very safe place there. Baron is down to 2,800 health. They're completely going off of it. Baron is healing back up again. JayJ is taking all kinds of damage here in the back, but this is what his job is. He's getting the team to focus him and not focus the Baron. He goes down, but Baron is back up to full health. The big key here is Talia coming into the back end. His full health, it was just able to buy. Flame getting poked out towards the top side. But here, full health Talia is coming right in. He's got a Banshee's Veil as well. Gonna go try to get the poke off. Fly is gonna look to try to turn around this. Flame going forward. Wildturtle eating forward, just like he's known for. And Baron Vision being reset from Fly. Very nice job. Even though having a numbers disadvantage, the Flame being able to knock out that mid wave, pick up the bottom tower, so increase the gold lead while not losing the Baron, and all they lost was a support death on the Alistar, which was his first, but a death that was not poorly traded at all when you are denying an objective against your opponent, especially one as important as Baron. 4,000 going down. Nice knock away from JayJ. You're just trying to get the jungler away. You don't want a smite fight. They went ahead and picked up the Baron, but they're going to want to try to get out. C9 is looking to engage. Teleport coming in from Licorice. JayJ's knocking all kinds of shots. He's going to sacrifice himself to the League Gods and say, okay, my death for Baron. We will take it. Once again, a sacrifice, but one that Fly will take. Now at 3,000 still, gold ahead. Baron on 4 members, and we're going to see what they're going to do with this objective. Also, a Flame Dragon up with Flame on their team. So, can Flame use the Flame to get number 1? We will see. C9 would love a fight before Alistar is up, because it's still a 5-on-4, but I'd be very surprised if FlyQuest were to acquiesce to that. They most certainly going to want JayJ back up and tanking for them. He did go Righteous Glory, so he's got Vision. He's got lots of control wards going the Engage item that also gives you tank stats, so perfect. Wildturtle still has not died yet, so you have to give that a success for the support. Ezreal is a safe 80 carry and should not be dying many times up until this point, but it is 31 minutes and not even dying once or twice. Feather in the cap of the collegiate support player coming into the pros and showing that, hey, if you're a challenger and you show that you can be successful in a team environment, as JayJ most certainly was here over in the University of Toronto 2017, second place in the North American LoL Championships, second place over in China, first place in Taiwan for some of their international events. And they're showing that they can sub him right in, and he has not been a focal point on why that they are not dominating this game. I would say they're doing quite well. This is exactly the point that you'd want to be in here against Cloud9. You have 4 members with Baron buff, 3,000 gold lead. You're an Infernal Dragon up. This is arguably the best team in the league, and you have FlyQuest here with a very shaken but not stirred roster, and Jax is going to regret this. So having the Counter-Strike go down, that is his most important tool, so you do want to kind of hang back until that E is up again. Once this Baron is down from FlyQuest, C9 strength is start gonna show. You have the Vladimir, Azir, and Jinx that are just already picked up their third items. So this is when they're going to be starting to get a little stronger than FlyQuest. Good poke onto the Jinx. TP coming in from the back. This is the Vladimir. If he gets a little too dangerous, he can pool. He just pooled right there. Hemoplague already being used. JayJ here in the middle, tanking up the team. Excuse me. First kill coming over to Azir. JayJ, you're going to tank that. Kind of unnecessarily, but he's not going to die for it. Excuse me. First death over to Anda. And it's not going to mean too much other than that FlyQuest can really get nothing done with that Baron. You get it off of the map, so you don't have the risk of losing it, but you weren't able to get anything off of it, like literally nothing. No tower. Hemoplague being used. Ultimate onto the Jax, and even though Jax did go Cinder Hulk first item, still not enough to be able to tank against 4 or 5 members. And he goes down for his first death. Flame extremely strong right now here at level 18. This is when he's the strongest at this point. Also mirroring that is Azir, also at level 18. Just finished a death cap. So at 4 items, 1 item left. Knows he's just doing all kinds of damage. Tower heading down. Doesn't look like JayJ is going to want to engage on that 2-on-5, and C9's just going to take the gold and head back out of there. It's a very, very tight game for many people that assume C9 was a very superior team. It doesn't look like it right now. Looks like these are 2 very closely matched teams. 2 teams that could see each other in the playoffs, and in a best of series, well, you still got to give the advantage to C9. But FlyQuest, with a little bit more time to practice together, a little more time to develop those synergies, which they haven't had. Only Flame and Turtle have been consistent so far. I think there was another jungler named Shrimp who was used as well, but I might be mistaken. That might be LCK. Still 2,300 gold lead. Turtle's going to get out of there. Still hasn't died yet. Neither has Flame. Baron coming up in 40 seconds. We'd go for the Iceborne Gauntlet Ezreal build, as well as Quicksilver Sash, so he's very, very well defended with that Man Immune. Skarner getting beat up a little bit, and even full tank Skarner can still be knocked down. It's like with JayJ, keeps getting hit with those fadeaway Jinx rockets, but the time before he wanted to get hit by that Jinx rocket. This time he's just a big cow and he got hit by it, but that's what he's there for, to be tanking, causing CC disruption. Inside track here from C9. Looks like they're going to be able to pick up this Baron without too much of a contest. Jungler is down, so no contest whatsoever other than the Gangplank ultimate. JayJ coming back in. This is a 5-on-4, so FlyQuest has got to be very sneaky with this. You shouldn't be going all in, and C9 is realizing that they do have the numbers advantage. Nice by Flame, diving in to try to get the finish on Sneaky, but Jensen picking up the kill on Gangplank. Now FlyQuest has got to back up, and there's really nothing that they can do. They're going to lose 3 members for nothing. Baron was already knocked out. They were looking to try to get a team fight win on a weakened Cloud9, but they had a numbers disadvantage. And when C9 noticed that and grouped up and counter-engaged, the fight went right to their way. And you've got to question what Flame was thinking. Like, that was his first real misstep, and he's been performing really well in this game. But this could be it. There's only 2 members left here by FlyQuest, and Ultimate being used on Anda. C9 looking to finish. They're getting the 1 kill, trying to pick up the first kill onto Wildturtle, but he won't let that happen. But there's really not much he can do here. Ultimate being down, and the win going over to C9, which you're going to assume they're going to finish this off with the Baron minions and everything, and they absolutely are. So, very close game. Nice debut from JayJ. Again, the only player that I've casted in real life that has ever made it to the LCS stage. So, congratulations, and also local Toronto native Wildturtle. You played well. They're not looking too disappointed. They did just lose, but they realized that they just gave this top echelon, without a doubt, top 3 team in the LCS here in 2018 a real run for the money, and C9 knows it. They're pretty relieved. You can see it in their faces. Kind of just walked away from that one. Turtle, longtime veteran, been on teams, former TSM guys, and he's like, Spence Garrett, you didn't want to hug me, but I'll hug you there, buddy. We'll beat you next time. Good game by Spence Garrett there in the Skarner. Big game also from Jensen in the mid lane. So those are the dual MVPs. Don't quite know which one of the 2 maybe did more. Would have to think about it, but that's not going to be for this cast. And Captain Flowers, I know you love seeing the Skarner. He's known as the Skarner player, the Skarner caster. Claims to be at one point the best Skarner NA. This guy right over here. And someone that I actually look up to. He was casting in the amateur leagues, was casting online tournaments, and got the call from Riot a few months later. He's part of their roster, so there he is. He's doing it. Kind of a goofy, big-looking guy, but great voice, great casting, lots of originality, making up words all the time, and yeah, overall amazing game. Got a split for the day. RavExel here. Looking forward to see you at GeekFest, February 14th. Casting the University of Toronto team.